make your own informed decision, but it really comes down to a matter of trust. And there's no, it's very difficult to tell somebody how do you trust someone. But you really have to feel it out, and in the end it's just like going to a doctor or a dentist. You're really putting your trust in them, and hopefully rightfully so. But no one is going to tell you that they are no good, or they're not ethical, or that they don't know what they're doing.
Take a look at their portfolios, make sure that they've got a good sense of what art and art history is. Make sure that they have the ability to, render and execute things well. A general sense of hygiene, cleanliness. Obvious things, you're going to be in personal space with this person, so hopefully they're going to be somebody you don't mind being really close with.
Art-wise, you want to look at a portfolio, really critique it, and a lot of people aren't very good at really doing an art critique. People can look at tattoos and think, oh, it's a large tattoo, it's awesome, but they're not really looking at it. You need to examine things for like clean lines, make sure things are connected, that there aren't a lot of crossovers. Make sure that the pictures are in focus. That's important, to look at things and make sure that if they're going to take pictures of their tattoos, that they're actually in focus, because otherwise you can't really tell what they do.
Every artist will tell you something a little different. Usually though, we try to keep it to a few basic steps. We keep it clean, happy, dry. The clean step is soap and water, generic like dial soap, water, and your hand, and you wash it really simplistically. You rinse it and then you dry it off, and you leave it dry. You don't put lots of lubricants or things that'll keep it moist and gooey and icky, because it's an open wound. You don't use lotions on them until they start to peel, and that's when they get itchy and flaky like a sunburn. But in general, when you deal with a tattoo, keeping it happy is the most important process. So it is an open wound and it is swelling, and so icing them is perfect. So a lot of people don't know you can stick a package of peas on them and you'll be fine.
You've got, when someone's drunk, they're not necessarily reasonable. So we just tell them, hey, listen, come back. You don't want to tattoo somebody that's under the influence or drunk, ever. They're not making a good decision, they're not making an informed decision, and they're probably not going to be pleasant to tattoo, because they're going to be moving around. Their natural systems of pain, endorphins sometimes can be reduced because of the alcohol, so it makes it even more. They think they're deadening the pain. They're not.
Part of the process of getting a tattoo is a legal process. You have to fill out paperwork that says I'm not inebriated, or I'm capable of making my own decisions, things like that.
We use our discretion. Sometimes we turn people away if we think it's a bad idea, or not the right timing. If it's a bad placement, we'll take all of that into consideration, and we stick to our ethics and our morals. We try to do them as if we were going to do them on ourselves, so that we can live vicariously through our clients. We don't want to see them walking down the street and go, oh man, I did that tattoo, it's horrible. We want to be like, hey, give me a hug, how's it going? Yeah, I did that, awesome.